everyone. 1 year ago I started to upload my first ever YouTube video, which was a review on my shoe collection. Since then I've learned a lot, including how to not bore my audiences to death. So today I thought I'll do an updated shoe collection video but completely change the format. It will feature shoe try-ons, I think that's called mod shots, outfits alongside 2 new non-heels which I have added. I'm purposely going to keep the content different from what was touched on in my previous video, so it will not be repetitive. So feel free to check out both if you're after a lot of information. I got a lot of great feedback from my last Chanel size and fit video, alongside a lot of love for my silk skirt. So if you're interested in what I'm wearing, I do feature that a lot more on my Instagram account than YouTube. So this skirt is one of my favorites. It's by an amazing Australian designer and I was lucky to get it for a very cheap price because you know I'm a bargain hunter, so I'm at those warehouse sales. So I thought I'll start with the 3 brands that most women would want to own in their wardrobe. It's Jimmy Choo for comfort, Louboutin for the wow factor and the pain, and the Valentinos for that iconic look. As always, the last thing I have to say before I get started is a big thank you for your kindness and your support. So as always, I wouldn't be making these videos without your love. You guys might remember from my last video that I got these shoes for my wedding. Out of all the heels in my collection, they are still the most comfortable, and the pair that I do go to when I know that I'll be on my feet a lot and I don't want to embarrass myself hobbling around in pain. Of course, being able to last on your feet for 6 to 8 hours largely depends on whether you choose a platform, wedge or non-stiletto heel as I've done here. Since they're nude patent, they really match every outfit, and I love that when it's raining, the leather on these shoes are not going to get damaged. As always, I think if you're only going to get one pair of good quality designer heels, if I were you, I would choose Jimmy Choo, and I'm pretty certain you would get your money's worth of wear out of them. Be careful with sizing. I got my usual size, 37, but the leather actually stretched quite a bit, so it's actually too large for me now. Even with this gel insert, you can see that my foot slips out really easily. If you want your shoes snug, I would say get half a size smaller than what you usually buy. Jimmy Choo offers 1-year warranty on their shoes, which covers everything except for the wear and tear of your sole. Luckily, resoling is affordable. In this case, I only need to get half the sole redone, which is $50. Unfortunately, it will take at least 6 weeks and the shipping will cost $88 because it has to go back to London. In terms of when you should resole, you should wait until the bottom of the shoe is completely flat and all these curves are gone. I didn't realize when I bought these shoes, but there are products available where you can protect the soles of your heels, so you can avoid wearing out that lovely suede on your Jimmy Choo or wearing away that lovely red on your Louboutin. I personally haven't tried these products, but I would recommend you look into it. I often pair my Jimmy Choos with delicate detailed dresses because then the dress clearly is the focus. I had the perfect bag for this dress. I actually recently added a nude Prada to my collection, but I have sent it in for repairs just to get the zipper redone. So keep an eye out on my Instagram, it should show up pretty soon. You'll know from my original review that I had a lot of agony trying to break into these shoes. And then I had an incredible success where I lasted about 6 hours at a friend's wedding. 1 year down the track, strangely, I'm regressing. The shoes are becoming more painful again, and usually even after 2 hours, even though it is a platform, it starts to become unbearable. I found out both of my feet are a B in width, and this is considered average. I don't even have wide feet. There is a lot of friction across the width of my toes because of how narrow the shoe is. So here, even though the size 37 is a perfect snug fit, just to let you know, 37 in Louboutin tends to be smaller than 37 in Jimmy Choo. I would actually recommend that you get this shoe half a size larger than you need it and just stick in some gel inserts to make up for the large size. I feel that this way you would experience far less pain. The crazy part is, out of all 5 heels I own, even though these are the most painful, they are still the ones I wear most because they look absolutely incredible. So if you have fantasized about Louboutin for a long time and you do have a pain threshold, you will still wear them. In Louboutin, you have to walk carefully. As you can see, the heel is incredibly narrow, which means it's actually normal for this to snap off easily. When you buy the shoe, you're given the list of the cobbler's prices. But I have been told by staff that for this design, they actually recommend you just buy a whole new shoe instead of resoling, because it's too challenging for them to balance the shoe correctly, and most likely it will cause the heel to snap. Here you can see them side by side. The Louboutin peep toe cut is also more revealing and deeper. I didn't realize until I made this video that my toes are really popping out of this shoe. My wardrobe is mostly entirely dresses, but I don't want to bore you, so here is a fun smart casual combination that I like. But truthfully, you can wear these heels with anything. As gorgeous as I think these shoes are, I have to admit I don't wear them often at all. I think the main difference is that compared to nude or black heels which match absolutely everything, in order for me to wear these really loud, really red shoes out, I have to match my clothes around my shoe. I do love that it sparkles and catches the light, but in terms of quality, I'm a little bit suspicious. It's a super light shoe and the sole has almost no grip, so I do find it very slippery. The sole is also thin, so there's no extreme levels of comfort here. I find it very true to size. Even though it's a pointed toe and it looks like there's extra room, there really isn't. The width is quite tight and I can feel it pushing against my pinky toe. It's very tempting to wear clothing that color matches with your shoe, but sometimes it just looks too coordinated and a bit too cutesy. So here I've avoided that. Here I've chosen a light summery dress. I've paired this with a really cheerful Coach bag. And you always get great results with contrasting colors. So I've paired this with my Chanel backpack. Moving on to slightly less mainstream heels, there's Sophia Webster if you want to be the center of attention, and Gianvito Rossi for that Cinderella effect. This shoe is a real showstopper. It's also more affordable in price, but the real question is quality. I was very disappointed to see the sole start peeling after the very first time I wore it, and it's continued to lift up after the second and third wear. Like always, you're comfortable for about the first 2 hours and then you have to put on your brave face. Every season, Sophia Webster releases a new range of really loud, ornamental and playful shoes, so you'll never run out of a chance to grab winged shoes, whether that's angel or butterfly. In terms of fit, I've started to have a really weird situation where the pinky toe on my left foot will actually slip off the base of the shoe, and as I'm walking around I can feel it resting on the pavement. I think I have stretched the shoe in a direction which is not symmetrical, which means my foot is sort of lopsided, and this is why it happens. No matter what size you get this shoe in, be aware that you have to keep the ankle strap quite loose in order for you to comfortably bend your ankle. So no matter what, your foot will always slide to the very front of the shoe, and you might have a similar issue like me with your toes slipping off. I've been really surprised at how versatile these shoes are. I've been able to match it with heaps of outfits because the metallic, almost neutral color tone is really easy on the eyes. And since it's strappy, it's actually quite invisible. So only second to dresses are the number of long skirts that I own. This is my only pencil skirt, and I'm pairing it with my favorite statement clutch, Alexander McQueen Rose Knuckle Duster. I fell in love with the minimalist Cinderella look of this shoe, but I have to admit that one of the comments I received from a viewer made total sense, and that the shoe is quite a steep price when you're largely paying for plastic. As a thin sole, you're looking again at about 2 hours. And here, like my Jimmy Choos, I would say that your typical size is a bit large. Here I got a 37 and my foot slips out all the time. I should have gotten it a half size smaller. I love the material contrast between the heel and toe, but hopefully if you're smarter than me, you wouldn't choose suede down the heel because it's very difficult in terms of maintenance. Especially after garden parties, this looks really destroyed. I've been looking for years for flattering jumpsuits, so I was really excited when I got 3 for cheap at a warehouse sale. This one is my favorite. This is another outfit where that new nude Prada would look amazing, so apologies, you're just going to have to use your imagination for now. So, the new additions to my wardrobe, they're more comfortable day shoes, especially one for summer and one for winter. Comfortable shoe in my wardrobe, I also got this significantly discounted from a warehouse sale. I love the playful fringe and how the lace up gives you options on different ways to styling your look. So here I've purposely worn them differently on my 2 feet. It's a relaxed shoe which can easily transition into smart casual territory when you need to transition from day to night. I find this brown suede really flattering on my skin. I also tried black, but it just kind of looked like messy blobs on me. Size wise, I do find it fairly true. I did also try this shoe for size smaller and I found that it did work. The heel height is really comfortable, but the front strap is quite tight, so you might get some blisters in that area. As I mentioned previously with my legs, I have to admit this heel height with ankle ties doesn't elongate my legs the way all my other shoes do, but I don't mind because it's getting my approval across aesthetic, comfort and quality. The brown and casual style complements a lot of what's in my wardrobe, but I chose this set because it's really fun, it has some great colors, and these days I'm really loving either a high neckline or a low cut because I feel like it's just less generic. I'm wearing here my favorite Balenciaga bag, which I find really minimalist, really sleek, and the mustard is quite a surprising complementary color. I found these on sale just in time for winter and I'm really glad they're short ankle boots. Truthfully, my legs are not my best assets and I'm always in long dresses or long skirts, so these iconic knee or thigh high boots would just have been wasted on me. The suede is super luxurious. I like to call them sock booties because that's literally what it feels like. They're just socks that you tie up. Sizing wise, I find them fairly true to size. It's also worth keeping in mind that if you're going to walk for many hours in this shoe, your feet will swell, so you might need a bit extra room. I do find it super comfortable and I can definitely last all day in these shoes. So I do have a handful of short skirts. In this outfit, I do like how the black and the orange feature across the bag, the jacket, the shoes and the skirt. So even though it is color coordinated, hopefully it doesn't look too synchronized. It's a cheerful look for a colder day. This entire outfit was actually just paired around my orange scarf, which I currently adore. I received it as a gift. So that's meant to be the focus of the outfit. So everyone, I hope you enjoyed today's video. It's definitely something different for me and I'm trying to make it more entertaining. I do understand that I spend too much time sitting on this bed lecturing at you. For now, I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing next month, so usually I drop hints first on Instagram. So if you're interested in having a sneak peek at what it might be, then feel free to check that out. Wish you guys the best. See you next month.